What up, y'all? This is Tracy from Nerd Squish, and today we are talking about the 1954 Universal Monster classic, The Creature from the Black Lagoon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about our 6th Universal Monster movie. Can you believe that we are 6 deep into these? Amazing. Today we are talking about one of the most modern monsters of the group, and that is the Gill Man himself, the Creature from the Black Lagoon. In case you live under a rock and you are not informed of the story of the Gill Man, let's roll it back and talk about the movie. The Creature from the Black Lagoon follows a group of scientists that are searching the Amazon River when they find a super crazy hand fossil situation that they're like, I don't know what this is, but we need to figure it out because this is wild. So that leads them to find this half man water fish dude that steals their women, and thus chaos ensues. So the Creature from the Black Lagoon is one of the more modern Universal monsters, which I think is why he's one of the, big fan favorites these days. This whole movie came about because the producer of the movie, William Allen, was at a dinner party that Orson Welles was throwing. At this dinner party, William meets this cinematographer that talks about this beast that he learned about on his travels, this amphibious half-man situation beast, and it blew his mind. He thought about this for more than a decade, and 13 years after he heard the story of this amphibious half-man beast, he was like, you know what? That's a good idea for a movie. So we're gonna go ahead and use that. We're gonna use that. We're gonna talk about a fish man that comes and he steals your women. So this movie filmed for under $500,000. $500,000. And I mean, that was a lot back in the day. And this movie does have a lot. Underwater scenes, a lot of craziness. Plus, it was released in 3D, which I hope that one day I can experience this in 3D, because I just think that would be so cool, that little hand reaching out for you. I don't know why he's grunting like a pig, but just go with it. The director, Jack Arnold, said his main goal in this movie was to produce a sense of dread. The concept of this movie plays with everyone's intense fear of what might be lurking below the water. And truthfully, who isn't a little tiny bit scared anytime they're in the water? You're sloshing around, you're doing whatever you do, and you feel that little tickle on the bottom of your feet. Is it seaweed? What is it? Is it a creature? Is it a shark? We don't know, but it's always terrifying. The shots that are filmed underwater showing the creature, especially when it's going after Kay Lawrence, just swimming in unison with her, close enough to see her, but far enough away that he's safe and secure, and all of a sudden you see her legs dangling in the water, and he's just like, whoop, whoop, whoop. I mean, is that not beautiful? But terrifying? Part of the reason this movie has lived its legacy for so long is the creature himself. His design is so just different and just eye-catching. And he's got a pretty intense story. For anyone that's not familiar, one of the very first female Disney animators, Millicent Patrick, was the one that designed the look of the creature. This woman was hella talented. I mean, she did all kinds of work for Disney, and she designed this creature. She didn't sculpt the suit, but she came up with the main design. You can see many pictures from the archives of her with the sketches and the final sculpts, and even helping out on set. She actually didn't get the credit for this movie until long after she had already passed away, unfortunately. People were so excited about Millicent and her design and what she had brought to the table that they actually started a tour to promote it called The Beauty Who Created the Beast. And she was gonna tour and do promotional things, bring the sculpts, talk about the creature and the movie. Well, ya boy, Bud Westmore, he didn't like that. He was the head of Universal's makeup department at the time, and he straight up, just like a little kid, got jealous of all the attention that she was getting. When the movie came out, her name was taken out of the credits and his was put in. But like, this boy didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do anything. He's a jerk. He is a jerk. Anyway, Millicent is incredible. She has a fascinating story, and they actually wrote a book about her and her accomplishments and what she did on the creature. I've actually done a review for it. I'll leave the link for that down below. But you should definitely check out Millicent Patrick. After all, she did design one of the most iconic creatures and monsters of all time. Now, when it came to the suit, there were actually two different characters playing the creature. You had Rico Browning, who played in all the underwater scenes, and Ben Chapman that played in all the above land scenes. The suit was really, really, really hard to see out of. You know, I mean, y'all have all tried on a Halloween mask. You're not seeing at 100% in those things, right? So they struggled on set seeing in these things, and actually the actress that plays Kay, Julie Adams, in the scene where she gets scooped up and carried away by the creature, that girl got bonked on the head because Ben Chapman was like, I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on. So luckily she wasn't severely injured, but just had to take a little cut on set. Overall, I think The Creature from the Black Lagoon is one of the most interesting Universal monster movies for so many reasons. Mostly because of the design of the creature and how unique and different looking he was. And no one can deny that those underwater scenes are absolutely gorgeous. And it's crazy to me that in 1954, they were able to do all these underwater scenes. And that might sound a little silly to say, like, but it just seems so foreign of a time. And the fact that they had cameras that they could go underwater and film these beautiful, beautiful scenes is amazing. And it really makes you think about what they do in movies today. I mean, everything is CGI'd and, you know, altered after. And don't get me wrong, I think that's really cool that we can do a lot of these things, especially for these movies where they take practical effects and CGI and they mesh them together and make something really, really cool. If this movie was made today, you wouldn't have a man in a real suit underwater actually filming. He'd be in one of them little dot suits against a green screen floating around, and it just wouldn't have that same magic. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of The Creature from the Black Lagoon. And if you like the Universal monsters, make sure to stick around because we will definitely be doing more of these reviews because the monsters are life. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll check you nerds later.